All right, welcome to Alpha Ice Arena here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as the Ohio Blue Jackets 15-0 team takes on the Pittsburgh Vengeance here in an 8 o'clock primetime time slot. Jackets won their first game today as they beat the Pittsburgh Stars by a score of 3-0. Today we'll have Anthony Brincazio in net, and we'll get started here just in a couple of minutes with a puck drop. Team's gonna gather their pucks and we're gonna get ready to go. The music is incredibly loud and it is incredibly cold in this arena. If you're trying to see, it's an old barn. This is the USA hockey rink. If you've ever been to Alpha Ice Arena, we're all the way in the back where it's the coldest weather inside. Similar to earlier today where we played in an incredibly cold rink at the Pittsburgh Ice Arena, and I'm sorry that I couldn't bring you that live stream. Tomorrow we play at the Pittsburgh Ice Arena again, and I'm doubtful that we'll be able to stream. However, I will try to get set up and attempt to stream the game like I attempted to stream the game this morning. Jackets with a huge win here earlier this morning against the Stars, which helps with their mid-am rankings as they're kind of solidifying themselves into the mid-am tournament. This game, Vengeance, another mid-am opponent, another big game for the Jackets as they definitely could use another victory against the Vengeance. They played the Vengeance earlier this year and they won 5-3. Tomorrow morning, they will play Pittsburgh Stars again, which will be another big game for the Jackets. Next weekend, we've got a full slate of games as the Jackets take on in a Tier 1 tournament. They'll take on the Milwaukee Admirals. They will also take on the Carolina Hurricanes, as well as the Dallas Stars. And their fourth opponent is slipping my mind. Jackets need to play a good, clean game like they did this morning. Hopefully spend a little more time in the offensive zone. Stay out of the penalty box and forecheck, 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 the name of the game. All right, I'm going to get centered up here. And we'll get ready to start. Jackets are out on the ice and ready to roll. Waiting on the Vengeance to get ready. We got Goose Young going to take the face off. Ethan T is a healthy scratch today. We're trying to save some of his games here for USA Hockey Rules. 17-minute periods, and we're getting ready to start. Park circles that one, pushes that one to a coin. Back to the point. Fires a shot, saved by the goaltender. Jackets will get a face-off down the attack zone with 15:39 left in the first period. 0-0 is our score. Matt, I appreciate the feedback. That was just an operator error. Trying to avoid the copyright issues with the loud music in the background, and then I forgot to go back on the audio. So if I do that again, please do the same thing. That was very helpful. Vengeance with the puck. They're going to push this one off the boards, picked off by a coin. A coin goes over to Dietrich. Dietrich carries it across center ice. Dietrich flips that one down the corner. Dalton chasing it into the corner. Vengeance will fish it out. Carried in by Lillis. Puck's loose out in front. Lillis chips that one forward. And the Vengeance will get it not out of the zone. Puck's buried in the corner. Reed. Back towards McBrayer. McBrayer centering pass. Puck chipped out there and forced back into the corner by Jolly. Puck played off to the side by Anthony. Puck's loose out in front. Shot blocked out in front, picked up by Millsy. Kept him Thought it was kept in by Park, but we'll get a face-off outside the zone as they call an offsides with 14-18 left in the first period. Face-off won by the Jackets. Aliar over to Hoffman. Hoffman creates some space, fires a shot, saved by the goalie, loose puck out in front. Puck deflected off to the side by the goaltender, it's still loose. And there's music playing for no apparent reason. As Park will chase this one down. Park with it, backhands that one up to Hoffman. Hoffman gets it out of the zone. D to D. Vengeance chipped that one up towards Park. Carries it in. DCA buries that one low, takes a big hit. Jackets get a line change. 13:30 left in the first period. 0-0 is our score. Zane was on a delayed offsides. Didn't realize it until a little later. Vengeance will carry this one in. Nice job taking the body by Zane. Picked up by Garris. Garris splits the defense. Carries it into the zone. Garris walks it all the way in, fires a shot off the crossbar. A coin forces that one back down low. It rims around the back of the boards, gets into the corner. Millsy, centering pass. Puck gets deflected out in front. Vengeance with the puck in the corner. Millsy takes the body. Shot deflected out in front, picked up by Millsy. He'll force that one off the boards and out of the zone. Zane chasing it. Zane's got the puck. Zane walking it in, gets blocked out in front. We got a delayed penalty on the Vengeance, and the Jackets will be on the power play with 12:26 left in the first period. Shots 2-1 in favor of the Ohio Blue Jackets. 0-0 is our score. Jolly over to Park. Park fires a shot, gets saved by the goaltender, pushed into the corner. Puck comes back towards the Jackets and out of the zone. Jolly's got it. Jolly will drop it back for Dietrich. Dietrich with some wheels. Dietrich gathers some speed, gets into the zone. Drops it back to Lillis. Lillis makes one guy miss, gets down low below the goal line. Lillis looking for somewhere to go with it, gets it to Dietrich. Back to Lillis. Lillis centering pass, out to Dietrich. Dietrich fires its shot, goes wide of the net. Picked up by Park. Park drops it back for Jolly. Jolly fires a shot, gets deflected out in front, high off the netting. We'll get a face-off in our attack zone with 11:43 left in the first period. 1:17 left in the power play. Face-off won by the Vengeance. They're going to clear this one. It's going to go into the netting, and we'll get a face-off. Should be all the way down here in the Jacket zone. 11:35 left in the first period. Puck goes D to D. Frias pushes that one down low. Back out to Frias. Frias on the point. Frias slides that one across to a Coin. Coin walks it in, fires a shot, saved by the goaltender. Puck down below the goal line. Aliar kind of missteps there, and the Jackets are going to have to reset. 43 seconds left in the power play. Coin fires that one out to Goose. Goose walks it in. Goose slides that one over to Zane. Zane with the puck, walks it in, fires a shot, saved by the goalie. Puck's still loose out in front. Goaltender trying to cover it, still loose. And there's a scrum out in front. And the goal came off the moorings there, and the whistle blew. Puck was never covered. 10:49 left in the first period. Shot shows 6-1 in favor of OBJ. 24 seconds left in the power play. Face-off won by the Jackets. Park with it. Park drops that one back to Garris. Garris back to Park. Puck gets lost there in the corner. Vengeance are going to try to clear it. Garris comes over to help. Puck comes out in the center, and the Vengeance clears it. Jackets will get a reset. 3 seconds left in the power play. They're going to try to force this one forward. Tipped off to the stick there of DCA, and they're going to clear it. It's going to come all the way down and should be an icing. Icing is the call. 10:18 left in the first period. Jackets and Vengeance tied at 0. Face-off won by the Vengeance, broken up from behind by Hoffman. Hoffman played a great game in the first game. Really shout out to a couple boys. Frias with that beautiful goal. Lucas had a beautiful goal in the first game. Jolly played in a fantastic defensive game. Acoin, as always, played a solid game in the blue line. We had Hoffman was playing fantastic out front. I mean, there's a lot of exceptional effort there by the Jackets. If I didn't call out your boy, I'm sorry. Those were just a few that stood out to me in the first game. And that's what it takes, a team effort. Got to get guys in the front end and guys in the back end all playing good games. You got to have your good goaltending, and that's the way that you win hockey games. And we did in the first one, so that was nice. We scored 3 goals in 1 minute and 26 seconds, if you missed that. And that was the scoring for the whole game as we won 3-0. Jackets with the puck down below the goal line. Puck gets tipped out by Frias. Vengeance are going to walk this one in. Fire shot saved by Anthony. I think that went off of his chin. And Jackets will get an outlet pass. Dalton Rowan carries it into the zone. Dalton goes down in a heap, picked up by Lillis. Lillis down below the goal line, trying to fend off a few defenders, trying to center that puck. Got it centered, but the Vengeance are going to carry it out. Jolly the first one to it, gets it over to Dietrich. Dietrich with the puck. Dietrich carries it across center ice. He's going to flip that one down deep. Lillis and Rowan are going to give chase. Rowan takes the body. Lillis comes over and picks it free, and now Vengeance comes away with it. Vengeance centering pass, broken up there nicely. Good play by the Jackets as Park broke that one up. Carried in by Zane. Zane walking it in, fires a shot goal. Zane beats the defender, gets over top of him, and buries it in the back of the net. And the Jackets take a 1-0 lead with 8:41 left in the first period. And that's a nice, healthy start for the Jackets. Face-off won by the Jackets. They get started on play right after the goal. Jackets lead at 1-0 with a little over 8.5 minutes left in the first period. Acoin with the puck. Millsy with the puck. Millsy carries it out of the zone, cross center ice, carries it into the zone, splits the defenders. Kept in by Aliar. Garris with it. Puck goes down below the goal line. Garris has it. Garris fires that off the boards. Aliar's the first one to it, picked out by Vengeance. Outlet pass to Goose Young. Goose carries it in his zone. Goose playing forward today because of the Ethan scratch. So the D pairings look a little different. 6:05 left in the first period. 1-0 Jackets lead. Face off won by the Jackets. Jolly fires that off the boards. Dalton chasing it down below the goal line. Takes the body, tries to free him up. And then just get it out of the zone. Fished out of there by Hoffman. He pushes that one back to a coin. Back to Hoffman. Hoffman gets a piece of that one, which was good because that was a dangerous situation. Hoffman maintaining some pressure, forces that one down low. Jackets were able to get a line change on the backside of that. Puck turned over, out in front, shot, saved by the goalie. Tommy's got it, fires a shot, glove by the goaltender. Hell of a save there by the goaltender with 6:12 left in the first period on Tommy. Used that glove just off of the ice there to his left side. And the Jackets maintain a 1-0 lead. Vengeance with the puck in the corner. Broken up by Lillis. Lillis has it down below the goal line, centering pass out in front. Aliar tries to force in a shot and is going to get covered by the goaltender. Little extracurriculars after. Whistle blows. 5:58 left in the first period. Shots 9-3 in favor of OBJ. And they got 1-0 lead. Aliar to take the face off. Shot saved by the goalie. Carried in by the Vengeance. And Dietrich's going to get called for an interference as he took down the Vengeance player from behind. Vengeance win the face-off. Vengeance on the power play here. We'll see if they can muster anything as they've been really unable to force any pressure on the Jackets. Shot wide of the net. Rims around the boards, gets back to the point. Out of the zone it goes. Vengeance unable to keep it in the zone. That's going to cost them. That's going to cost them a lot of seconds. Hoffman's going to fire that one length of the ice, and Vengeance can't get set up. Now the goalie misplays it. Holy smokes. 1:18 left in the power play for the Vengeance. And they still have been unable to set up in the zone. And there's another clearing. Now we're down to a minute left in the power play. Vengeance carry this one all the way in. Jolly steps to him, breaks it up. Nice help by Lillis. Puck off the back boards. Jolly's going to force that one out, and out of the zone it goes. Down the ice it goes. Now we're down to 40 seconds left in the power play. Still no shots on net by the Vengeance on their power play. Puck gets shipped forward, shot wide of the net. Puck comes down in the corner. And there was a backdoor pass and shot. Nothing Anthony could do about that. That was a hell of a play by the Vengeance as they score with 3:51 left in the first period and 15 seconds left in their power play. Power play goal by the Vengeance. They tie it up at 1. Minute and 30 seconds into that power play, they had nothing going, no shots on net, and then they pulled off that beautiful play as they forced that one onto the backside, one-timer into the back of the net. Picked off by DCA, pass out in front, shot saved by the goalie. We got a whistle. And the whistle is for because the net came off the moorings. Boy, that was quick whistle by the Stripes. 3:40 left in the first period. 1-1's our score. Zane shoots, and there it is. Nice job. Zane takes the shot. DCA tips it, goes to the back of the net. The Jackets take a 2-1 lead with 3:36 left in the first period. Nice job by the Jackets on that goal. DCA with it. Assisted by Zane on the shot. Face-off won by the Jackets. Zane with it. Zane makes one guy miss, gets tripped, and Vengeance will go to the box. Jackets be on the power play for the next 2 minutes. 3:28 left in the first period. Jackets lead it 2-1. Shots 11-4. Good start by the Jackets. Puck forced down low. Puck exits the zone. Jackets are going to reset. Millsy with it. Millsy up to Zane. Zane tips that forward to Millsy. Millsy drops that one back. Park's got it. Park puts on the brakes, creates a little space. Back to the point. Shot. Ooh, saved by the goalie on the stick above the blocker. Wraparound attempt, goal. Park with the wraparound, and the official calls a goal on that as the goal came off the moorings just prior to the goal. The goal will stand. Park with the goal. Jackets take a 3-1 lead. And I got to be honest, that shouldn't have been a goal. But we will take it, and we will take it with a big smile on our face. 2:43 left in the first period. Jackets lead 3-1. And of course, the coach wants to talk about it, which I don't blame him. Face-off won by the Vengeance. They force this one down low. Garris is going to be the first one to it. 2:35 left in the first period. 3-1 Jackets lead. That puck comes out of the zone and we'll get a face-off. Face-off won by the Jackets. Man, the Jackets' face-offs have improved over the last month. Like, outstanding. Like, not just improved to getting a 50-50, but they're winning a majority of face-offs, and it is a significant difference in our possession, and boy, is it an advantage. And it's been 2.5 years since I've seen that, so that is a fantastic change for the Jackets. Something to keep an eye on. One thing to notice is that the highest rated teams win the most faceoffs. And that has been something I've seen for a significant amount of time as I've been following youth hockey. A coin carries that one across center ice and into the zone. He's going to force that one down low. A coin gets it over to, puck gets turned over. Here comes the Vengeance. Vengeance odd man rush. And they're going to call an offsides. And the Natives are getting restless here in Pittsburgh with 1:52 left in the first period. Shots 13-4 as the Jackets are taking it to the Pittsburgh Vengeance. Face-off won by the Jackets. Breyer drops that one back to Frias, who flips that one up, and it gets out of the zone. Face-off won by the Vengeance. Rims around the boards. Racing to it is Pittsburgh. They're going to get there first, and Frias is going to break it up. Nice job, Frias, with the effort on the second effort there to break it up again. Picked up by a coin. It's going to ramp up off the boards, and it's going to take all the way down. Dietrich's got it. He's the first one to it. Oh, wow, what a saucer pass. Beautiful saucer pass by Dietrich. Gets it on the back door, and the goaltender has to make a save as Lillis had it on the back door. That was an outstanding pass by Dietrich. So kept in the zone by the Jackets. The Vengeance are going to reset. We're down to about 30 seconds left in the first period. Jackets will get a line change. Kept in by Millsy. Millsy will walk it in. Dekes his guy. Shot. Saved by the goalie. Puck comes back. Park's got it. He fires a shot. Saved by the goaltender. Shot blocked out by Garris, and the Jackets end the first period with a 3-1 lead and 16 shots on net, which, if I am correct, is... I am not correct. I'm not going to say that statement. The 16 is not the most we've had in a period, but that is up there in the top 5 for sure. Nice job by the Jackets with a 2-goal lead. Way to start off against the Vengeance, and Vengeance are going to have to climb back into this one. Second period puck drop, won by Vengeance. Puck out in front. Fished out of there by Aliar. Lucas with it. Lucas is going to dump that one down below the goal line. Takes a big hit. Ollie's going to be the first one to it. And Hoffman's got it. Hoffman across ice over to Garris. Garris fires a shot gloved by the goaltender. Face off won by the Jackets. Zane fires a shot, saved by the goalie. Pushed into the corner. Picked up by Zane. He's going to fire that one off of a Vengeance stick and off the netting. We should get a face off in our attack zone here. 16-13 left in the second period. Jackets lead 13. I wish they lead 13-1. They lead 3-1. Good start by the Jackets here. Fast start. We're going to keep this going for the second period. Face off won by Millsy. Vengeance come away with it. Puck fished off to DCA, who pushes that one into the zone. Zane's got it. Zane working down low. Zane fires a shot off the side of the net. Puck comes back out in front. Back to Coyne. Coyne drops that one down towards Zane, jumps over his stick. DCA battling for it. That's going to go the distance to the ice, and a Coyne's going to grab it. A Coyne goes D to D, fires that one off the boards. Gets broken up by the Vengeance. They keep it in the zone. They're going to dump that one down low. Frias will be the first one to it. He absorbs the hit in the corner. Puck comes out in front. Zane will pick it up. Zane with some speed. Zane gets that one across center ice, flips that one over to Coyne. Coyne helps carry it into the zone, fires a shot wide of the net. Puck down low. Vengeance will carry it out. Nice break up by the Jackets there. Back out in front. Here's the shot. Shot wide of the net. Picked up by a Coyne. Coyne drops that one back to Jolly. Jolly with some speed, works around one guy, flips that one up, long stretch pass, gets it to Lillis. Lillis tries to pass that one to Rowan just off the edge of his stick there. Puck gets buried in the corner. Four guys go down. Dalton comes over to pick it up. And we're going to get a... And we're gonna see what they're gonna do here. We had a whistle. Four guys went down. I didn't see a penalty, but that doesn't mean there wasn't one. I just didn't see it. But the Vengeance parents are a little upset with high hit is what they're claiming. I don't know. I saw two what I thought were clean hits that took down four guys. And that's what the officials saw as well. So Lillis will take the face-off. 14-18 left in the second period. 3-1 Jackets lead. Puck comes back to the point. Lillis forces that one down low. Dalton will be the first one to... No, Park will be the first one to it. Park carries this one across center ice into the zone. Park flips that one down low. He continues to chase it. He's got Dalton helping on the backside. Dietrich jumps in, takes the body. Nice job. Dalton gets it. Dalton goes back to the point. McBrayer fires that one back down low. And gave everybody an opportunity to disengage, which gave us an opportunity to get a shot on net, but we were unable to do so. Jackets on the line change. A nice break up there by Jolly with the active stick. Garris gets that one back to Millsy. Millsy with some speed gets that one across. McBrayer gets shoved down off of the puck. Nice shot by Goose to force that one back down low. He continues to work. Takes the body. Picked up by Garris. Nice job by Garris. That was the right move there to attack. Frias gets that one back. Aliar centering pass, puts up in the air. Picked up by Aliar. Ollie with it, looking for somewhere to go with it. Maintains possession of the puck, takes a high hit shot. Saved by the goalie and a phantom whistle again. Gosh darn it. Man, these whistles are fast. That puck touched the goaltender and apparently the goal is off the moorings. You know, the NHL has changed the moorings and the drills and the way that they anchor the goal to the ice. And it's a PVC pipe. And really, honestly, youth hockey and USA Hockey needs to do the same thing because that goal in some rinks goes off the moorings very easily. And that was an example of no reason. There was no safety reason for the goal to come off there. It's the goaltender pushing off the post. That shouldn't have been. And that's a goal. Hoffman fires a shot, hits the goaltender in the chest, gets over his shoulder and into the back of the net. 4-1, Jackets lead. 12:21 left in the second period. And now a comfortable 3-goal lead by the Jackets as they continue to pour it on to the Pittsburgh Vengeance. 19 shots to 5. And this is as dominating of a game as we've seen from the Jackets all year. Face-off to be taken by Aliar. Vengeance with the puck. They're gonna loft that one high off the air, and we got a whistle. And there's gonna be a face-off down here with 12:08 left in the second period. Face-off won by the Jackets. Parks got it. Pushes that one forward to Zane. Zane, cross-ice pass, gets it to DCA. DCA splits the defense. He gets hooked. No call. I mean, that's a hook. And that was an impactful hook. It impacted the play because DC had an opportunity to get an odd-man rush there, and the officials missed that call. And I'm not sure how you miss the call when everyone's looking at the same thing. Oh my God. And now we get called for a, what is this call? Tell me what it is. A hook. Now we get called for a hook with 11:22 left in the second period. That was a disgraceful turn of events there as DCA is going to go to, DCA who got hooked 20 seconds ago is now going to go to the box for hooking on something that I would argue is not hooking and did not impact any play. Wow. That's a bogus call. And I do not agree with it. And luckily I'm not being paid by USA Hockey, so I can say that. Unlike the NHL announcers who are not allowed to be challenge the officials. I will. This is a hometown broadcast, boys and girls. Jackets on the penalty kill. Good news is, well, no, there's no good news. I forgot they scored a power play goal. They had a minute and 40 seconds of nothingness in their power play, and then they scored on a beautiful backdoor goal last time. But they're just slowly working the puck around. Anthony pushes that one off to the side. Puck wasn't even on net, and out of the zone it comes. They're already down to a minute and 10 left in their power play. Puck picked out nicely by Jolly. He's going to fire that one. It goes into the bench, and we're going to get a hit after the whistle with no penalty. "51 seconds left in the penalty kill. 10:13 left in the second period. Jackets lead at 4-1. Face-off to be taken by Millsy. Vengence with the puck. That puck's going to get cleared. Down to 30 seconds left in the penalty kill. Carried in, saved by Anthony. Puck comes back to the point. Vengeance have it. Down to 10 seconds left in the penalty kill. Blown the gasket. Here comes McBrayer. McBrayer on the break. McBrayer fires a shot, saved by the goalie. Nice blocker, saved by the goaltender. 3 seconds left in the penalty kill. And Vengeance carried in. Nice break up by the Jackets. And here we got a clean break. Hoffman carries it in, fires a shot, saved by the goalie, goes high off the netting. We'll get a face-off down the attack. So the Jackets successfully kill the penalty, and we'll get a face-off down in our attack zone with 9:10 left in the second period. And looks like we're going to get an ice cut. Nope. We're going to get a face-off, and then we'll get an ice cut on the next stoppage of play. Shots is 21-7 in favor of the Jackets, which is pretty close to accurate. I have a slightly different count, but it is as close as I've ever seen a scorekeeper, I think. So kudos to whoever's keeping score over there. I think this is a young kid, and he's doing a pretty damn good job. Aliar is the first one to it. Drops that back to Zane. Zane fires a shot, goes off the side of the net there. There's a 2-on-1. Shot, goal. Vengeance catch us on a 2-on-1, and that's going to be a goal. And some of our players don't believe that was a goal, but it was. Back of the net, hit the post in the back of the net, bounced out. Now it's 4-2. 8:44 left in the second period. Face-off won by the Jackets. Frias will bring this one down. He's going to fire this one around the boards, and Goose is going to be the first one to it. He flips that one off the glass, and Vengeance will clear this one out of the zone. No, they won't. Puck out in front, shot wide of the net there by McBrayer, and that's a shot on net, saved by the goaltender, and that puck goes wide, and we got a whistle. And let me guess, the goal's off the moorings. I'm not really angry. Shot in on gold center is going to freeze it, and we'll get a face off here. 8:12 left in the second period. 4-2 Jackets lead. Up comes the Millsies, tries to center that one. Vengeance will break that one up. Glove by Anthony. 7:49 left in the second period, and now we're going to get a line change. Just I'm curious when the ice cut's going to happen. All right, 7:49 left in the second period. Shots are 23-9 in favor of the Jackets. Score is 4-2 in favor of the Jackets. Face-off to be taken here by Dalton, and it is won by, I guess, the Vengeance. I'm not sure how that would be scored. Oh, broken up there. Here comes Dietrich. Dietrich on the break. Dietrich walks it in. Shot goal. Jackets take a 5-2 lead. 7:38 left in the second period. Dietrich on the breakaway. Off of the face-off. And the Jackets bury 5 in the first half of the game. And this is an offensive explosion. Now, we haven't seen 5 goals in a half of a game at all this year. This is a beautiful thing. I love it. 24 shots on net, halfway through the game, 5 goals in the back of the net, 7:38 left in the second period, winning a majority of our faceoffs, winning almost every one-on-one, only allowing 9 shots. Fantastic game by the boys so far, but we're going to have to keep pouring it on. This is a team that can score goals. They let up a lot of goals. But they also score a lot of goals. So we're going to have to not let down in the second half of this game. Stepped in by the Vengeance, and now they're going to call late offsides, and they'll get a face-off outside the zone. 7:13 left in the second period. 5-2 is our score. It's off one by the Vengeance and forced down low. Jolly's the first one to it. Picked up by Garris. Garris with the puck. Garris carries it across center ice. He's going to force that one down low. Aliar forcing the forecheck there. Nice job by Aliar to break that up. And Vengeance is at least able to get it out of the zone. And Hoffman applies some pressure. And out of the zone it comes again. Vengeance with a reset. Jolly applying some pressure. He's going to reset. Vengeance loses a stick on that one. Here comes Aliar. Oh, backdoor pass over to Lucas. He can't quite get a shot on it, but that was a wonderful opportunity. Aliar's confidence has increased over the last couple of weeks, and it's very noticeable. That play right there was just sheer effort. Got a loose puck, put it right on the back door. Lucas just got right off of his stick there. Maybe a little bit too deep on that one. But a good high grade A opportunity by the Jackets with 6:32 left in the second period. 5-2 the Jackets lead. Face off to be taken by Millsy. Vengeance carry this one in. Swept away by Garris. Garris off the boards. And Vengeance will reset. They get across center ice. They're going to dump that one deep. Jolly will pick it up. Jolly off the boards over to Zane. Zane cross ice pass. Garris will pick it up. Carries it across center ice. Carries it into the zone. Garris walks it all the way in. Garris still with the puck. Garris looking for somewhere to go with it. Loses possession of the puck, and it gets rimmed around the boards. Frias jumps to it, pushes that one forward, and Vengeance is going to just flip that one down in the zone. Icing gets waved off, picked up by Garris. 5:36 left in the second period. Jackets with a 5 lead. Zane with it. Carries it into the zone. Zane fires a shot, gets deflected out in front. Zane's got a broken stick, so he gets off the ice. Zane breaks a lot of sticks. Feel sorry for his parents there. A coin carries this one across center ice. Puck dumped off the boards. A coin's still the first one to it. Tries to backhand that one towards the center. Battling for it is Lillis. Body gets taken. A coin comes back away with it. A coin back on the blue line. Fires a shot. Saved by the goaltender. McBrayer fires that one back, and it's going to get out of the zone. Frias with it. Frias with the long pass, gets tipped by McBrayer. Vengeance have the puck. That's a hook, and the Jackets will be on the power play for 2 minutes. Two guys will go to the box for the Vengeance as the frustration starts to boil. And the Jackets will be on a 5-on-3 for the next 2 minutes with 4:31 left in the second period. All right, 5-on-4 hockey. That was a 2-minute penalty and an unsportsmanlike conduct. So he must have said something not very nice. Puck blocked out in front by the Vengeance. Jackets are on the power play. Millsy with the puck down in the corner. Forces that one down to Goose. Back to Millsy. Millsy takes some time. Nobody's pressuring him. Push that to Jolly. Jolly on the point. Back to Millsy. Millsy back to Jolly. Jolly will fire that shot. Saved by the goaltender. Puck bounces out and gets cleared. Anthony comes out to play it. Anthony will leave it for Park. Park down below the goal. Jolly with it. Goose with it. Shot. Saved by the goal. Oh my God. Why is there a whistle? What are we whistling? Again, another fan. That's the third phantom whistle we've had with a puck that's hit the goaltender. No idea why they blew the whistle. That time the goal was definitely not off the moorings, and there was no penalty, and there was no offsides, and I don't know. I'm confused. Centering pass. Oh, just off the stick of Ali. Nice job breaking that one up by Lillis, and Dietrich keeps it in. Dietrich working that one out, gets it to a coin. Coin drops that one back to Ollie R. Ollie circles around the back, fires that one back out. Ollie with some speed, carries it in, fires a shot, saved by the goalie. Puck comes out. I'm surprised we didn't have a whistle there. And Anthony's going to play it. We're down to 23 seconds left in our power play. 2:53 left in the second period. Jackets lead at 5-2. Shot just over the net. Oliar's got it. Vengeance carried in. Nice shot by Garris to take the body, and Anthony's going to cover it. .224 left in the second period. 5-2 Jackets lead. Stretch pass over to Hoffman. Hoffman carries it in. Hoffman with some speed, turns him around in the corner. Nice job by the Vengeance to stick with him. Pins him up against the board, and the Vengeance come away with it. Picked up by Park. Park walking it in. Backhands that one over towards Lucas. It gets broken up. That puck leaves the playing surface. We'll get a face-off out here. 1:48 left in the second period. Park forces that one down low. Young with the puck on his stick. Young fires that one back to the point. Frias with it. Over to the Park. Centering pass. McBrayer fires a shot. Deflected. Goal. McBrayer fires a shot. Gets deflected out in front. And I think that deflection was by Goose Young. And the Jackets will finish the sixth goal of the game. 6-2, the Jackets lead with 1:20 left in the second period. Nice play by the Jackets there. McBrayer with the assist. Goose Young with the goal. Well, there's a 2 and 10. Face off one by the Jackets. Park with it. Park slides that one over. Gets it to a coin. He's going to get that one over to McBrayer. Back to a coin. Shot. Deflection. Shot. Saved by the goalie. Puck's loose. And guess what? The goal's off the moorings. And we're going to get called. All right, Vengeance is going to get called for the penalty. I thought we were getting called for a penalty. I was going to lose my mind. Vengeance is going to get called for the penalty. It's going to be 5-on-3 for the next minute and 39 seconds. And again, another puck that goes to the back of the net, but the goal is off the moorings. That is probably the 6th or 7th time that the goal's been off of the post for this goalie, which at some point we have to evaluate whether or not it's intentional. Let's delay a game. Because Anthony, now granted, Anthony hasn't been under nearly the stress that this poor kid has been under, but he hasn't knocked the puck off. He hasn't knocked the goal off the post yet. Shots are 32-10. 40 seconds left in the second period. Two guys, four. Well, actually, here's what the Vengeance penalty box looks like, which is fun. And this is what the scoreboard looks like. And so we're going to finish this 40 seconds off. I assume we're going to have an ice cut after that, but I don't know. Face off to be taken by Goose Young. Face off won by Goose. A coin over to Park. Drops it down to McBrayer. McBrayer back to Park. Back to McBrayer. Back to Park. Down to a coin. Coin. Shot saved by the goalie. Rebound comes out in front. McBrayer's got it. McBrayer with the puck. Goes across to Zane. Zane fires a shot saved by the goalie. Puck's going to get cleared all the way down. Goose is going to shoot that one on net. That'll be a save there. And the Jackets close out 2 periods of play with a 6-2 lead. We'll start off with a 5-on-3 for 59 seconds when we start the 3rd period. And it looks like we're going to get an ice cut now after the 2nd period. So I'll mute this, and you can watch the Zamboni go back and forth, and maybe go grab a couple drinks, and then maybe a little snack or something, and then watch the end of this one. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you here in a minute. All right, welcome back. We got 30 seconds here before the start. Vengeance is going to put about a quarter of their team in the penalty box, and we'll get started here on the 5-on-3. 17 minutes to play here as we start the third period. Face off won by the Jackets. Park drops that one back to a coin. Stretch pass over to Park. Park carries it in his zone, drops it back to Zane. Zane works it down low. Leaves it for McBrayer. Comes out to Park. Park's going to circle it back around the net. Gets it over to Zane. And not much happening here. Park back to a coin. Back to McBrayer. Cross. Zane swings and misses that one wide. And we're down to 16 seconds. We lose the puck. Puck drop back. Park's got it. Zane carries it in. Zane fires a shot wide of the net. Kept in by Goose Young. Over to McBrayer. McBrayer backhands that one over to Zane. Centering pass out in front. Goose Young tries to get it. He's got it down in the corner. Young with the puck. Drops it back to the point. Shot. Saved by the goalie. Nice deflection out in front by McBrayer. And Vengeance are going to carry this one out. 5-on-5 hockey. Nice job sweeping that one away by a coin. Gets that one into the corner. Jackets unable to get a shot on net on a 5-on-3. 15:25 left in the third period. Jackets with a 6-2 lead, out shooting the Vengeance 33-10. Vengeance fires shot, gets gloved by Anthony. And we're going to stoppage in play. Icing is the call. 14:21 left in the third period. Jackets with a 6-2 lead. Sorry, that was a quick little disruption. All of a sudden I got booted and then immediately it let me back on. So we're good. You didn't miss anything. That was like 3 to 4 seconds to play. So you missed an icing. So 14:03 left in the third period. 6-2 Jackets lead and face off down in our attack zone. Puck high off the glass. Valley brings that one back in as it crossed over the blue line. So we'll get an offsides call here. Nice save by Anthony. Shot gets fired wide of the net. BCA leaves that for Garris. Millsy to take the face-off. Face-off won by the Jackets. Park goes over to Garris. Garris up along the boards. There's a goal by the Vengeance, as that was a wraparound. And it's a 6-3 game with 12:51 left in the third period. Puck gets cleared down the zone. Frias is going to pick it up. Drops that one over to a coin. Cross ice pass gets broken up by the Vengeance. Aliar will pick it up. Aliar down below the goal line. Swing and a miss. Up to Goose. Gets it up to Frias. Frias carries it across center ice. Frias takes the space. He takes a big hip shot. And puck comes out of the zone. Aliar, shot, just over the net. Kept in by Park. McBrayer with it, drops it down low. Centering pass out in front. Puck gets tipped out by the Vengeance. Park's going to be the first one to it. Park puts on the brakes. Gets that one over to Goose. Goose dumps that one down low, rimmed around the boards. Dalton applying some pressure. And kept in by Jolly. Vengeance fished that one out. Here comes the Vengeance. On the break. Shot. Saved by Anthony. Gavin with it. Nice move by Dietrich to get it past the defender. Fished out by Lillis. Rowan with it. Rowan sticks with it. Goalie's going to cover it. We're going to get a face-off in our attack zone with 10:57 left in the game. Jackets lead 6-3. Aliar to take the face-off. Face-off won by the Vengeance. Park rims that around the boards, dumps it down low. Hoffman applying some pressure. He's going to take the body. Puck comes out. Park carries it across center ice. Park with a nice move. Park carries it all the way in, fires a shot, saved by the goalie. Centering pass, shot, saved by the goalie. Rebound, shot, and that's a goal. Jackets score their 7th goal of the game with 10:11 left in the game. And that one looked like it was potentially buried by Lucas. Puck came out loose there, and Vengeance trying to claim that the goal was off the moorings. Like, God help us if the goal's off. But it was off again, but not prior to the goal. So good goal there by Lucas, and the Jackets take a 7-3 lead with 10-11 left in the game. Face-off won by the Jackets. Garris will dump that one down low. Point backhands that one to Frias, gets it over to DCA. Cross ice pass up to Zane. Zane's got help. Zane fires a shot, blocked out in front. He had two guys to pass it to on that one. That would have increased the odds on that. Nice little chip play by Millsies. He tries to get it out. Now Vengeance come away with it. Vengeance fires a shot, saved by Anthony. Garris has it. Vengeance parents are going crazy over there on the other side as they're down a touchdown to a field goal. Stepping to it is Frias, chipped over his head. Nice play by the Jackets. They're going to reset. Long stretch pass over to Dalton. Dalton carries it in. He's got Dietrich. Dietrich has it, takes the hit, down below the goal line, and out of the zone it comes. Jolly with it, gets it over to Frias. Jolly cross ice pass picked off by Vengeance. Vengeance carried in, it goes off the skate of a Jackets player, and they're going to force that one down low. Icing is the call. We'll get a face-off down in our defense zone as we lead 17-13. Shots 36-15 in favor of the Jackets. Shot saved by Anthony. Rebound gets kicked loose, and Goose is going to grab it. Goose dumps that one, avoids the hit, gets down low, deep. Coyne gets it. Coyne fires a shot, gets deflected wide. McBrayer comes over to help in the corner. He'll drop it down. Aliar's got it. Aliar continues the battle for the puck. And that one's going to get cleared all the way down. That'll be an icing. Icing is the call. Jackets will get a face-off down their attack zone with 6:58 left in the game. Icing is the call. We'll come down and do it again. Face off won by the Jackets. Long stretch pass. Nice break up by Garris. Frias has it. Just out of the reach of Zane. We're going to wave off the icing. Zane goes in there, takes the body. And the puck's going to come out of the zone. Icing will be the call. We'll get a face-off down the attack zone again. Shot just wide of the net. Jolly with it. Off the boards. It's going to come all the way down. Icing gets waved off. Dalton applying some pressure. So is Dietrich. Nice shot by Jolly to break that up. He's going to walk it in. Fires that pass across to Dalton. Dalton fires a shot, saved by the goalie. Shot, saved by Anthony. Puck goes into the corner. And there's a penalty. Trip on Vengeance. They'll go to the box. 4:38 left in the game, and 7-3 is our score. That was a trip on the Jackets, and the mocking cheers from the other team as Park goes to the box, and Vengeance will be on the power play. Vengeance on the power play. Centering pass, swept away. This is their third power play. Shot, saved by Anthony, and the rebound comes out, and we got a goal. 7-4 is our score in the Vengeance power play with 4:14 left in the game. Icing got waved off. Not sure why. Puck in the corner. Then just walk it out. Fire that shot wide of the net. Shot glove by Anthony. Frias with the puck. Puck gets deflected high off of the rafters there, and we'll get a face-off in the defense zone with 3:17 left in the game. Jackets lead at 7-4. Face-off won by the Jackets. Jumping to it is Dietrich. Dietrich with some speed. Carries it into the zone. Fires a shot. Gloved by the goaltender. .303 left in the game. Battle for it down in the corner. Pushed out of there by Hoffman. Back out to the point. Frias loses possession of it. Here comes the Vengeance. Jolly comes in, holds him off, puck's out in front, and Jackets will go for a hold. And we'll be shorthanded again. 2:30 left in the game. Jackets shorthanded for the next 2 minutes. 2:30 left in the game. 7-4 Jackets lead. Vengeance have an empty net, so we got a 6-on-4 situation. Shot saved by Anthony. Puck gets cleared. Carried in by Vengeance. Back to the point. Shot wide of the net. Still 6-on-4 with an empty net. Vengeance keep that in. Shot saved by Anthony. Puck gets backhanded out, and it's going to be off the inside of the crossbar. Or, sorry, off the inside of the post. It's going to get kept out. We're down to 1:10 left in the game. Shot saved by Anthony. And we get called again for another penalty. And it's going to be a 6-on-3. Puck comes back to the point. Shot wide of the net. Shot gloved by Anthony. 47.8 seconds left in the game. Still have a 6-on-3 here. Goose wins the faceoff. Shot saved by Anthony. Face-off won by the Jackets. Rimmed around the boards by Goose. And it comes out of the zone. Offsides the call. 28 seconds left in the game. Six-on-4 hockey here for the rest of the game. And out of the zone it comes. But Breyer wins the race to it. He backhands that one towards the goal. It was down below the goal line. 10 seconds left. That'll do it. End of the game. Jackets with a 7-4 win against the Pittsburgh Vengence. And we will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. back at Pittsburgh Ice Arena. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful evening.